Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 Manager 24 and diving into the game. We're at China for today's race, and looking at the mentality board, it's actually improved. It's now mostly neutral, which is a surprise because we're still pretty rubbish. There's actually no negative team members. The negative, or the neutral, one positive, which is our affiliate. So we're going to hang on to Victor at the moment. I was thinking about signing other affiliates, but Victor is absolutely loving life to be part of the Brawn GP sort of family, so he can stay for the moment. The biggest issue with everybody, as you can see in the top right, is how crap we were in Suzuka, and our biggest issue for people is drivers. Everyone still hates all of our drivers, but Drugovic, he loves us. He's really happy with us. The car performance, other stuff, facility upgrades. He's really happy. Really happy with his qualifying in Suzuka. Everything else was crap. And really happy with his qualifying in Suzuka, and everything else is crap. Oliver Bierman is the same, and generally all the staff are the same as well. So, yeah, if we look at her personal situation, she's loving life with her salary, is Sharon. But she doesn't like the drivers, and yeah, and she doesn't really like me because of the drivers I've picked, but she loves the fact that we're upgrading facilities. So, you know, we'll stay with the positivity. We're gonna pick up points in China. That is what we're saying every single race. And you know why we're picking up points in China? Because we have spent a bucket ton of money. We have $63,000 left to our company's name. I was going to say my name, but it's the Brawn GP have $63,000 left to their name. It's very small in the bottom right corner, so if I show you here, this is a bit easier, right? $63,000 left. That isn't much money if you're not aware with Formula One teams. 63,000 isn't a lot of money. If we have a look at the spending breakdown, our kart development has cost us $48 million so far, which is yeah, great, really good. I've got a feeling we're going to break our cost cap this season. We don't know any of the balance of it yet, so we've spent 105. We've spent, is that 76% of our cost cap already? Holy crap. Okay, well, we're going to have to be very careful then for our cost cap. This might be our final car when all these things are done. Talking of the car, we've now got chassis number 3, which both cars have. We skipped 2. We gave them 2. They ripped 2 off in practice of Suzuka, and then we went straight into number 3. So that's on. The new rear wing is now on the car as well, which is much, much better. So I'm hoping to see some performance there. The front wing, both of them have got number 2. The side pods, car number 1 has got side pods number 2 on it, which is a little bit better for a reduction in weight and a bit better cornering. So we should see. Well, I guess at the moment we've given it to Fittipaldi. That's not his name. Is his name what's our driver's name? Drugovic. Why did I think of Fittipaldi? We've given it to Drugovic, which I think we're going to give it to Oliver Bierman, because Oliver Bierman's been better generally. So yeah, we're going to give it to Oliver Bierman. The underfloor, they both have underfloor number 2, and we have a spare one. And then the suspension, well, yeah, we've only got 2 left, so hopefully no one ruins their suspension there. But generally, the cars are much better, and we should be in a good position. But yeah, Oliver Bierman finished 13th in the last race. We're still looking for our first points of the season. Let's get into China. I'll go and do practice, and then we'll be back for qualifying. Alright, sprint qualifying. Here we go. So we have sprint qualifying, then the sprint, then qualifying, then the race. So I forgot about that. So we only have 1 practice session, of which we actually did not too bad. Although Drugovic has got a penalty for some reason, which is weird. I assume it's because we've taken new components throughout in the season, but that shouldn't really be the case. You have to use mediums in this qualifying session for the sprint, so we're going to see how it goes. We have an untested car setup, but we did get a very, very good. We did get an 87%, so you can see we've got an optal in there. We're just trying to figure it out and see what we've got. So let's get into sprint qualifying and see how we get on. Now, we're not expecting any sort of rain, I don't think. No, we're not. Good. So let's get out there, set some laps, and put some rubber down, as it were. Right, well, we hit a lot of traffic with those, although Behrman is still at the top, although Norris has now just gone quicker. But, yeah, we'll see. We're going to go out again, obviously. I forgot that China is absolutely crazy with traffic. So we'll put those on again. We'll confirm that. Put those on again. Confirm that. And then it's a case of finding some space. So we're going to send out here and here. And we should have a little bit of space. And hopefully don't hit this traffic. Alonso a little bit in the way there. But we're putting in some better laps, I think. Drugovic up to 10th. Oh, Behrman up into 5th. Behrman in 5th. I mean, hopefully we hold on to them. Well, I think we are going to hold on to those places. It's 7th and 14th at the moment. Yeah, Drugovic just got relegated at the end to 17th. So Filip Drugovic is out in car number 1 for us. But Oliver Behrman up there in 9th. Man, that is all around about hitting the timings right to get that out. So it's an 89% setup in the end. So we are in 9th, which is enough to get us through into Q3 technically. But I guess let's go out. We're on, it's another set of mediums, yeah. So I mean, let's just go straight out again. We'll be second out after K-Mag. And yes, normal qualifying conditions apply. We know that. Everyone's just trying to, at least everyone's out at the same time now, so there won't be traffic for these laps. So this should be a little bit more accurate to the pace of the car, as Oliver Behrman goes 1.2 seconds off Sainz. That's not going to be the quickest. We are so slow. Bloody hell. 3 seconds off. Okay, I'm going to suggest that something went a little bit wrong there. We're going to just select them again. And I think we're going to... if I go out... Right, I'm going to slow this down to 8 times speed. Let's go 4 at the moment. People are going to come out. And we're going to try and time this to go right at the end of the big group of everybody. So, outlap, outlap, outlap. Perez goes. Alonso's gone. Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Norris. There's Bottas, which means we... Oh, Verstappen's going to be last on track. Damn it. But... we timed it as best we could. I mean, Verstappen is not going to miss a lap time, so at least we know. Look at the gap Verstappen's given himself there. He's played that beautifully well. They've got a yellow flag. Stroll spins, obviously. But now, so can we set a better lap time here with a bit more space? It's a green sector 1. That's good. That's positive. It's a green sector 2. We've actually caught Bottas up. Bottas has given us a big toe. Oh, it's 13th, so it's not dreadful. It was an improvement. Bottas was probably holding us up at the end of it because he's gone so slow. But we'll be starting the sprint in 13th. So not dreadful, not brilliant. Yeah, 13th, and Drugovic got 17th, I think it was, wasn't it? Because he just missed out getting through.
Hello and welcome as our Grand Prix weekend continues. And the sprint will soon be upon us. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams. But as ever, in Formula One, an extra challenge is an extra opportunity.
The prospect of bagging a few extra points is certainly going to spur these teams on to fight competitively and finish in the top spot.
So clear skies for the sprint. They're saying medium all the way. I'm going to assume that the softs can't get there to the end. No, they can't. So yeah, it will be mediums for both drivers then. I'm sort of thinking, do we underfuel the car slightly? I think we are going to just underfuel it by 1 lap, just to try and give us a bit more push off the start line. And let's push and push and push everything to start. We need it's a sprint, right? Let's take it to a sprint as best we can. And then I think that reset, it does stay at 18 laps. Okay, right, into the sprint. There's nothing you can do in terms of setting up a strategy for the sprint. So here we go. Shanghai sprint race, first one of the season. We've not got the greatest position here. We'll go on board with yeah, we'll stick with Drugovic a little bit further back at the moment and see how it goes. But you can see there, we're still, the reactions off the line are pretty crap from Drugovic. His starts are pretty dreadful as we come into the snail corner. You can just see his teammate up there, Oliver Behrman, just hanging on in front. But it is a sprint race to get started. Yeah, look at that acceleration. I think that is all down to Drugovic's reactions, which are pretty pants. I think we're going to have to get him training on those, to be honest. Do you know what? It's a sprint, isn't it? Let's... No, we're going to leave them all on neutral. We're going to leave them all on neutral, not mess around too much. Oliver Behrman is up there in 14th. He's trying to trace down K-Mag. There's a yellow flag. Oh, Hulkenberg is out. Virtual safety car is called very early on in this sprint. So underfueling the car won't be an issue now. But let's just very quickly... Oh, not do the battle assist. Put it on harvest so that we can harvest everything up. But yeah, Hulkenberg is out, I assume that is. He's crashed on turn 7 on lap 1 of the sprint. And wants he to just spin out on this corner, which I've done loads of times on the F1 game. Yes, he does. Massive crash into the wall. And he'll be out for a rear wing and a gearbox failure, I imagine. But virtual safety car then. Behrman in 14th, Drugovic up to 16th. Let's just keep an eye on this and see how it goes. It may allow us to push our tyres a little bit more, to be honest. But Nico Hulkenberg retires at the moment. Filip Drugovic just back here behind Bottas, who is behind Behrman. Up the front, we've got Verstappen being trailed by Charles Leclerc, who is on softs. Charles Leclerc, no, everyone went mediums. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think anyone went to softs. Piastri, Sainz, Norris. Is anyone else that's really quite close to each other under this? Yeah, Alonso and Russell. I mean, yeah, Alonso and Russell are going to be very, very close to each other. And then its closest is Behrman on Magnussen. Bottas won't have DRS when it opens up. And Drugovic may just get on his tail and make a move happen there. But at the moment, we're still under VSC. So just while we're under VSC, I've just thought, I think what I want to see from us this race, really, is maybe not points, because I do think, you know, the Red Bulls, the Ferraris, the McLarens, the Aston Martins, the Mercedes are all quicker than us. But if we can battle with the V-Car Red Bulls or the RBs, the Haas, and probably Bottas from the Kick Saubers because Zhou looks a bit shit, that's what I think we want, right? Battling for these 11-12 spots so that when something happens to one of these top drivers, we're sort of next in line for the points. I think that's where we need to be aiming right now, as the virtual safety car is about to end. So we'll get this back up and running. We're going to sit our mediums on aggressive for the whole thing. So let's get ready to race, as Max Verstappen is going to lead us away from the virtual safety car. It has now ended, so everybody is back on and DRS is enabled. And yeah, Max Verstappen is taking us away there. Look at that right on the back. Drugovic, as Oliver Behrman's up. There's an incident there. That's Tsunoda. That is Tsunoda, because he has caused an issue and he's going to hold up cars behind us as well. But Oliver Behrman, he's spun on turn 2. We were looking at the wrong driver, weren't we? If we were looking at Behrman, we probably would have seen that. But Tsunoda up front just gets too aggressive on the power. He spins. We all go through. He nearly then hits Bottas. But just gets away with it. Yeah, the RB garage in there is not going to be happy with that one as we come into this one now. So Oliver Behrman up to 13th. Drugovic up to 15th. Hopefully we can make something happen in this sprint race. Lots of drama so far. 3 laps down. Drugovic is having a look at Bottas. Can he get him on the inside? Oh, does that look like contact? I don't know if it was. I think he may have just moved and got out the way quick enough. But Drugovic is through. He's going to be trying to chase down his teammate now in front of him. Yeah, so it's just said it's an overtake. There's no impact. There's no replay for a touch or anything like that. So Drugovic chasing down Oliver Behrman, but he is 1.4 seconds away as Oliver Behrman is closing in on Kevin Magnussen in front of him. As we come into this snail corner here, it does give a chance for Bottas to catch up onto Philippe as well. But eventually we're going to have to stop our ERS deployment. We have been doing it quite a lot through this race so far. But we're trying to just... In fact, let's take it off Oliver Behrman and just leave it on Drugovic so that he can hopefully get on the back of Behrman and get the DRS to pull him along as well. That is the plan. And then we will have to watch our tyre management at some point as well. How are we doing in terms of everyone else? 88, 88, 90... Okay, so we're all still around the 80s apart from Sargent, who's on 82 for some bizarre reason. But, yeah, okay, so it looks like Drugovic may just be getting into the DRS consistently now, and hopefully he can drop Bottas as well. A very windy track, and then these 2 massive long straights in China where you really need to be in the DRS so that you can get pulled along because, yeah, now you can see there, Behrman has just dropped out, but I think he's going to get it. because I don't think he dropped out at the right time. So we'll leave that into neutral for both of them. We'll keep pushing the tyres a little bit on now, although Drugovic is going to have a look up the inside of his teammate. He doesn't quite get that right. 15 laps to go in the sprint. So as we come towards the DRS straight here, Oliver Behrman's lost DRS on the back of Ricciardo and Magnussen, but Drugovic will have it. It's just if he's got enough power to get this done before the corner, it's going to be close again. He's going for that move down the inside, but he thinks better of it, which is probably the right decision, to be fair. Let's try and get Behrman up into the DRS of the drivers in front. 2 seconds behind, so this battling isn't really helping us. And with Drugovic behind, we're just going to say, you know, don't be too aggressive. Don't be too aggressive on Ollie in front of you. We don't want drivers to cause loads of issues. So let's see how this one goes. But we do need Ollie Behrman to close that gap, because Drugovic is looking a lot quicker than he is at the moment. So we're back for Behrman making a move on Magnussen, and he's got it done just under normal DRS, which is a wonderful, wonderful move from him there. He's up to P12, and this could be very interesting now. Drugovic now needs to make a move. Let's put you back down to neutral. Drugovic needs to get up there as well and get past K-Mag, if at all possible. So we'll see what happens here. We are trying to push him a little bit. We're getting a few complaints about tyre heat, so we may have to drop them down a little bit. Let's just compare again. 77, 76. Well, we're sort of running with everybody else. K-Mag is knackering his tyres out, so he must have been pushing and to be aggressive on them. But Behrman up to 12th. Drugovic now trying to hunt down K-Mag as well. Behrman, I think we're going to have to keep you pushing for a little bit, aren't we, to see if we can get you in around Hamilton. I mean, you look very close there, but you are outside a second, which is a little bit irritating. We need to get within that second before the DRS detection zone, which is what he has done, which is good. I mean, the ERS management has been pretty easy around China, strangely. I thought it would be a little bit harder, but Behrman is in DRS of Hamilton, so should be pulled along. It's just Drugovic just needs to get his foot down a little bit to make this happen. So he's very close to Magnussen now, so I think we can drop out of the ERS deployment and make that happen, because yeah, Oliver Behrman's going to get pulled along by Lewis Hamilton nicely, and Drugovic will be pulled along now. If we just go down closer, that rear wing should open. Yes, it does for the ERS, and we should be closing in on K-Mag quite a lot here, to be honest. And we does pull in, not enough. In fact, you're not fighting your teammate now, so you can be a bit aggressive if you need to, Philippe. Oh, and aggressive he has been. He's got it done after the next DRS zone, which is absolutely brilliant. So now he needs to fly. He needs to really go, Philippe Drugovic. I'll show you the replay because I forgot to comms it. It's down the start-finish straight with the DRS. Got on the inside, and yeah, K-Mag was helpless to resist that one, really. So a great move. And here is Oliver Behrman having a go at Lewis Hamilton, deploying his battery. Both drivers with DRS. Doesn't quite get it done though, and yeah, it's all sort of concertinaing a little bit into those slow corners at the end of the DRS zone. But Behrman right on the back of Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, it's only the top 8 that score points in the sprint, as I think we've just had an exchange of the lead there. Leclerc, I think, just got past Verstappen out in front, so that's an interesting little race that's happening at the front. But you can see Oliver Behrman having another little look at Lewis Hamilton, trying to keep him honest, but not making it happen. Right, Drugovic is just lacking a little bit. I left his battery on a bit too long, but I think he has pulled away nicely from K-Mag. Yeah, 2 seconds, so we can afford for him to top up a little bit to try and get a little bit of charge in there to not lose 13th place. But Oliver Behrman doing a good job at the moment as well. We're going to put him on deploy and see what we can do. We have just dropped both drivers down into standard for their tyres as well, because I want to make sure we've got tyres at the end for that to happen. And you can see Oliver Behrman just dropping out of Lewis Hamilton's DRS a little bit there, but all in all, a good race so far. So Oliver Behrman has closed right in on Hamilton. Nearly had an accident there. Nearly had an accident. Hamilton had to brake for the hard braking of Ricciardo. But yeah, he's doing a really good job. Unfortunately, Drugovic has been caught by Tsunoda, and there's not much we can do about that. Yuki Tsunoda's, I think, must be pushing very hard on his tyres, but 62% tyres. Maybe it's his better tyre wear that's getting him through. But Behrman is having a decent race here, and he's sort of keeping pace with these. I don't know who's holding this group up. It looks like it could be George Russell. Yeah, it is. George Russell is holding up Alonso, Ricciardo and Hamilton. So, yeah, Oliver Behrman's doing a cracking job at the moment. I'm wondering if we try and charge his battery up a little bit just to give him a bit more charge to attack Lewis Hamilton later on in this race. I think Drugovich is going to get caught by Tsunoda eventually, but I'm not too upset. Drugovich has had a good race, getting up to 13th so far, and you can see Oliver Behrman right on the back of Lewis Hamilton there. And I think, what are we doing? Which section are we coming into? Okay, so we'll make sure he gets the DRS, and I think we're just going to, although we've charged as much as we can, so there's not too much. If we just go into harvest now, because we know we're definitely going to get DRS, which means he shouldn't deploy, which should give him a bit of extra battery going into the next lap, because he's going to have the DRS, so he's going to be able to keep up generally. Lewis Hamilton might go a little bit quicker with a bit of battery deployment, but generally I think we're in a decent position here, as Lewis Hamilton is going to go for a move on Ricciardo, is he? George Russell again still holding up Alonso. Yeah, so we're still doing okay here with Ollie Behrman. That will just keep a bit of charge in there for the next lap, so that's not a problem. As Drugovich has just lost out to Yuki Tsunoda, but it does mean he'll start getting DRS now, which will be a bit easier for him. As Ollie Behrman is just coming down here, you can see Lewis Hamilton has dropped out of DRS. That is massive, so that is going to allow us to really catch up. And as you can see, we've put a bit more charge in the battery now, so 5 laps to go. So as we come into the DRS straight, Oliver Behrman may overtake Lewis Hamilton here, which will be quite a moment for the young Brit, overtaking what I imagine is one of his idols in Lewis Hamilton. As he's going to the inside, he should have it with natural pace. We're not even really pushing the battery. So as we have the inside, we should get this one done. It's a tight corner. Now we deploy and try and make sure we get the DRS of the cars in front as well. As we come through here, I don't think we've quite got that DRS. Have we got it? No, we haven't. The rear wing has not opened, so we've now got to push hard to go and get Daniel Ricciardo and see how this goes. We're a little bit under what we need for our tyres, as that's why I think Drugovich is now losing a bit of pace. But Ollie Behrman's our focus at the moment, and he is having a fantastic race. And you know what? I think he's going to be eyeing up Daniel Ricciardo on this attempt here for an overtake, potentially again down the DRS, fast, long straight. He's coming through. Even if he doesn't get it done on this lap, he can do it on the start-finish straight. There is no urgent rush, but he is close to the points because Russell is just there. Right, push from here. Make sure you get a good exit with a bit of battery. Deploying the battery. Stay within that DRS. Get this done now. And let's see how we go. We're back online with fuel as well, which is great. They've managed that. And can we get Daniel Ricciardo here from helicopter cam? He's having a look. Ricciardo goes defensive. Ollie Behrman can't quite get it done. No worries. We're sticking in there at the moment. We're sticking in. So we've just had to conserve our tyres a little bit, and it is affecting our pace quite a lot. With 3 laps to go, we're on 41% of our tyres. So, yeah, I think we've pushed them a little bit hard. But we'll see how this goes. It's been a great race so far anyway. Hamilton will probably get us. We've lost pace on Ricciardo. We're trying to deploy our battery to make that up, but it's tough. I think we're going to tumble one more spot here, and it'll probably finish 12th and 14th. So Verstappen starts his final lap, which means this is the penultimate time we come down the long DRS straight, and I think we've got a chance here to get Fernando Alonso, potentially. Ollie Behrman, are you brave? Do you fancy it to get into the top 10 round the outside? Potentially no. Doesn't make it happen, but we're still in the fight for the top 10. It is only top 8 that gets points, but Ollie Behrman has had a really, really good race. He's done really well. He's on the back of Fernando Alonso. We've just told him not to deploy his battery on this point because I think we're going to need it for the final DRS section as we come down. Back behind him, Drugovich was catching Tsunoda, but I think it's a little bit too little too late. We're just going to tell him to push his battery and go from there. Ollie Behrman, I mean, look how close we are to points though. Daniel Ricciardo is points. It's a matter of seconds that split Ricciardo, Stroll, Alonso and us, with Hamilton right behind us as well. Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. Now, we just need to make sure that we stick with these guys. I don't want to push the tyres too much, to be honest. I'm a bit uncomfortable if we push them a little bit more, but Ollie Behrman is hunting down Daniel Ricciardo's got an issue up front, which means he's probably gone a bit wide and damaged maybe his underfloor or something, even though it says mechanical fault. Right, let's push the tyres back to standard. We are deploying our battery. This is where we've got to make it count. This is where we've got to be within striking distance to get another place. We have got a fair bit of battery we can deploy, so I don't know what anyone else has got, but we're in a good position. Drugovic has done a good job as well, up to 14th, but Ollie Beerman, he's a long way back. Sainz wins it from Verstappen. Wow, that must have been really close. You can see that Alonso goes really defensive, hugging the inside. Is he going to give us the initiative here? I'm not sure Ollie Beerman fancies it too much, but yeah, just doesn't this. Our acceleration is what's really letting us down. Our acceleration is absolutely terrible in this car. But it is going to be an 11th place finish for Ollie Beerman, which I think is really good. Really good for the young man. He's done well there. He's done well. And Filip Drugovic is close to Tsunoda, but not close enough. And it's going to be 14th. So 11th and 14th in the sprint. Both drivers improved from qualifying positions. This car potentially does have pace around China. And now, obviously, we have qualifying for the actual Grand Prix. One thing I want to check is, so yeah, we gave Filip Drugovic new engine components. I've got a feeling Oliver Beerman's must be quite knackered, to be honest. 67, 82, 69. Okay, not too bad, but we can use soft tyres in this sprint, the proper sprint. Let's just go straight into it, no messing around. Back to Q1. We need to get top 16. Okay, so we did our first laps. Drugovic set a decent time. Beerman had a bit of a lock-up, so ruined his tyres a little bit. But we know it's all about timing this right. So we've put, I think what we're going to do, actually, we're going to leave Drugovic there. Ollie Beerman, we'll put that same set of tyres on. I know they're knackered, but I think we can go out now with Beerman and then get him in for another lap as well. Where I feel like Drugovic has set a decent enough time, we can just do one more lap with him at the end. So Ollie Beerman is now he's hit some traffic there. That's going to really impede him, to be honest. But he needs to get this done. And he's P21. So he didn't improve. He hit traffic again. So Beerman is there. You need 131 to get round. Let's take manual control. You're not going to use these tyres again, mate. So just come back as quick as you can. Right. We're going to send... I don't think Oliver Beerman's going to have enough time to do another lap. So he might be out, but it is what it is. These things happen. Oliver Beerman's in. Right. Reconfigure. New tyres. Confirm that. It's going to be touch and go. I think he's going to have to push as soon as he comes out of the pit lane here. We're going to have to take manual control, confirm. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to push. And you're going to have to top up on your way around. So you're probably not going to have a full charge. But yeah, he can't be hanging around, Beerman. He cannot be hanging around. Here comes Drugovic. Drugovic is now starting his fast lap. So yeah, Beerman might just make this, you know. He might just make this. Because Stroll got out of the way thinking he's on a quick lap. So Oliver Beerman is there. He's got 20 seconds. Yeah, he's going to be fine. Attack, push, deploy. He's not going to have much battery to do much with, but there you go. Drugovic is setting personal bests all the way, which is lovely to see. Sargent gets out the way nicely. A few people have now finished as Drugovic comes through. It's going to be an improved time. He goes up to 8th, which is great. Beerman has set a personal best, Sector 1, but his ERS battery is now dead, which isn't ideal in Q1, but he's got to find 1.8 seconds to put Hulkenberg out. Can he do that? Probably not without a battery, but Beerman is last. Yeah, just bad timing on my part trying to get him out again. Drugovic, though, 9th fastest. So with Oliver Beerman actually being bottom of the grid, I think we're going to get him new engine components in the next, in between qualifying and the race. But we do get to go out with Drugovic again, so we'll get into Q2. And I'll speed through this one because this is going to be a massive video otherwise. Because with the sprints, they always make it longer. Okay, well, we've got a red flag. I'm going to assume that's Hamilton that's crashed. And Drugovic was bottom, but I think it's going to mean that Drugovic gets another run here. Oh, it's not. It's Albon causing the red flag. Massive spin. Huge impact for Alex Albon. That's going to hurt. And, yeah, he has fucked up, as he said in the chat there. But I think, does this mean we get session suspended? He's out. He's in 16th. But Drugovic is... Yes! Drugovic is going to get another run because I ballsed up his run there. Well, he did, actually. But, yes, Drugovic gets another run. This is amazing. This is just what Drugovic needed, because he's so much quicker than this. But he went wide on one turn. So what we need to do, the 2 minutes 51, I assume everyone's going to go out pretty soon. Or are they going to do that bug where they don't go out? I don't know if they're going to go. I don't think they're going to go out. So we're going to go out. We're going to go out now. Is anyone else going to exit the pit lane? I'm not sure they are, you know. And we should have enough time to get in a very quick lap here with no traffic. This is amazing. Can we get through to Q3? How are you not setting a quicker time? How are you not setting a quicker time? You're on fresh tyres with no one around you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Drugovic goes out. Apparently he is getting a penalty. Why are you getting a penalty? I can't understand why Drugovic is getting a penalty. I wish if you hovered over it, it told you what it was for. But I don't understand that, because I don't think Drugovic did anything to take a penalty. We changed his engine components, but we changed them before the weekend. So yeah, he's got a 10 grid plate. We might as well. Do I want to replace all of his engines as well? As we're at the end, as we're at the last. I mean, I might as well, right? I might as well just give him brand new components. Oh, he's actually on his second ERS already. Give you a brand new gearbox. Right, and then we get into strategy, which is going to be interesting. They're saying medium, hard, medium is the quickest, and we can probably push these a little bit as well. Can we push? If we drop those hards back to there and then push, drop the medium back and push? No, okay, so we can't do that. So if we don't push the hards, can we then push the mediums? How is that slower? Because we're longer on the hards, that's why. I mean, we have got a set of softs. Could we end on a set of softs? If we don't push the hards, we could definitely end on a set of softs. Oh, I'm trying to get this to be like the perfect strategy, and I'm not sure that is going to be a thing. What if we put those back to mediums? That's 1 second slower than what we had. And that is pretty much what we had, but just with a push stint at the beginning. Okay, that gives us a bit of tyre wear to play with as well. So I think we'll go with that one for Philippe. And Oliver Behrman, they're pretty much saying he's only got one strategy to do, because we've used up... Yeah, we've literally got one set of fresh tyres of each kind. Not ideal. Okay, so we'll push those back a little bit. I might just go full ham. Get some place. I think we're going to do that. I think we'll go full ham with Behrman. Get him some space, and then see if we can get him on the mediums to finish on a bit of a longer stint. So a bit of a wonky stint for Oliver Behrman, but let's get into it. Here we are then, in Shanghai, Chinese full Grand Prix for this one. We've got, I need to sort of condense these highlights. Oh, hello, that was interesting. It's taken us into this camera here, which is nice. So Hulkenberg is still last, even though we took the engine components. But Drugovic is trying to make a move. Let's go helicopter cam. It's always easy to see what's going on. And Hulkenberg is going to get past Drugovic, I think. I mean, let's get people to push a little bit. We'll deploy. We know on the first few laps we can deploy quite a bit, to be honest. And you are going aggro on them. And you are going aggro on them as well. So let's see what our drivers can do. We need to climb some spaces as much as we can, as we're just nearly coming to a complete standstill at the slow corner. But we're coming through here. Leclerc has damage, so he's been forced wide. I assume he went over the curbs and hit a bit of his underfloor. Drugovic is settling in last, but I'm pretty sure he'll be able to get that place back. So it could all come down to our strategy this race. So Oliver Behrman's having a storming race. He's already up to 18th, and he looks like he's going to take on K-Mag here on those softs. Yes, he's pushing them, but it is all part of our strategy. Drugovic up to 20th as well. Now Oliver Behrman chasing down Logan Sargent in the Williams. So hopefully we can make something happen here. Well, at the moment, our strategy seems to be working wonderfully well, because Sargent and... we're on the back of Sargent. Behrman and Drugovic are up to 16th and 17th and chasing down these cars in front. I think we do have a bit of pace in this car now. It's just trying to keep in touch with the same people. You can see Bottas is holding everyone up with a slight mechanical failure. So we should be able to get Sargent and Albon. And then it's just a case of getting past Bottas and trying to extend away from Bottas. But it's definitely Bottas holding everybody up at the moment with that mechanical failure. So let's see how this goes. But yeah, Behrman and Drugovic both chasing down the Williams in front of them right now. And it's proving to be pretty good around China so far. Right, and Bottas is a sitting duck, so Albon's just gone round him. We have overtaken Sargent with Behrman, and now we should be able to get past Bottas quite easily. We're going to tell both of them to deploy their battery and try and make the moves here, because Behrman, we need to get as many places as possible before we jump into the pits with him on lap 10. So Bottas goes defensive there against Behrman. He's trying to get past, gives him a little love tap as he gets close, but to be fair, Bottas will be a sitting duck down the down the DRS straight if we don't get the move done before then anyway. But I think we will. I think we'll go up the inside or around the outside there. Lovely work from Ollie as he keeps going around there. Drugovic trying to get past Sargent and just struggling to get past the American. But yeah, Oliver Behrman is through, and now hopefully we can chase down Alex Albon, and which we have. And we can sit in Albon's DRS, try and top up our ERS a little bit. Drugovic, we do need you to make a move soon, mate, because now your battery's dead. That's you were meant to make the move before your battery died. But yeah, Albon will give us a nice little tow, and we'll get the DRS here. But yeah, we're making moves, which is good. Oh, and just before I go, I think Oliver Behrman's going to get this done on Alex Albon here. It's a bit of a tight battle going in, touching, I think, wheel-to-wheel racing. And Ollie Behrman is just about in front at the moment, but he doesn't have any battery left, and Albon has the inside. Who's going to get the DRS? This is an interesting... We got the DRS, so that should give Ollie Behrman the speed he needs to go into the lead of this battle with Albon as we go into lap 8. So, yeah, I've been climbing a lot of places there, a lot of places. Tyres are still good, but they're starting to deg. Yeah, well, you've got to hold on for 2 more laps, and then you're coming in to the pits, my friend. So yeah, Behrman is past Albon, so we'll put him back into neutral. He can manage that as he likes. Drugovic really does need to get past Valtteri Bottas here with that mechanical issue, because Sargent is past Bottas and we need to make that happen. So please Philippe, get that done. So Drugovic is trying to get past Bottas but can't get it done, and unfortunately Ocon passed Drugovic early on. It's just Drugovic that can't seem to get past Bottas. Very irritating. Get that done. You need to get that done. Behrman's going to be pitting this lap. Okay, Behrman is in the pits. He is the first driver pitting because we're pushing those soft tyres. But he's done a really good job getting up to 13th from the back of the grid. Obviously, he'll be coming out at the back, but everyone else will have to pit stop as well, so he should make the time up. Drugovic did get past Bottas, who's now tumbling down the order. He's also got past Albon as well. The hard tyres go on. It's a good stop, 2.8. Not the quickest, but definitely not too bad. And he's going to have free air at the back here just to put some solid times in and not worry too much. So yeah, on the hard tyres, just let him do his thing and get those lap times in. Drugovic on the back of Ocon has Albon for a bit of company as well. It's not too long till he's pitting, I think. He's got another 5 laps to go. We've got a yellow flag. There is a bunch of different strategies happening at the moment because some people have pitted and some haven't. Obviously, Oliver Behrman's still going at the moment out there on those hard tyres, back up to 19th. But yeah, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in front of him pit. So it'll be interesting to see what the time is there. Yeah, he's going to jump all of those people when they pit. So that's good. That is good. Optimal pit stop lap here going on to the hards. So we'll get Drugovic on those hards as well. Most people doing a stint on hards in this, I would imagine. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But Oliver Behrman tracking on helicopter cam here, having a decent race. Drugovic up there. Can he get past Esteban Ocon before he needs to pit? Ocon with a little bit of damage or something. I think that is damage, that one. But yeah, both drivers having a good race. So Drugovic comes into the pits. He did get past Esteban Ocon, who is staying out at the moment. But yeah, Oliver Behrman climbing back up as people are coming into pit, and he has just overtaken Gasly on the course, on the track. Yeah, lovely stuff there from Ollie Behrman. He is finding a bit of a groove now. He's in a bit of a groove with this car. It seems to be coming together for him. We just need to put together a good qualifying and a good race. That is what we need for our drivers, really, as Oliver Behrman passes his teammate, who is now in the pits going onto these hard tyres. Who else hasn't pitted in front of Behrman? Albon, Magnussen, Ocon, all there. Ricciardo still needs to pit as well. He's dragging those softs out. Bloody hell. But yeah, good race so far. Keep it up, boys. Come on. Drugovic had a pit stop issue. I wasn't paying attention, but he had a pit stop issue. Damn it. So 25 laps down, we've got a whole host of strategies happening here. It's very all over the place. Ricciardo went for absolutely ages on his softs and then put another pair of softs on. So he's managed to pull away from Behrman in front. Hulkenberg is nowhere near Behrman at the moment. Drugovic has overtaken Sargent, who's got softs on really, hards on really early for some reason. Magnussen and Ocon made strides and then their softs died off. So there's all sorts of strategies happening here. It's a bit confusing to understand what's really happening, but both of our drivers are sort of in no man's land at the moment with not much to work with. We've got a 5-second gap to Ricciardo in front of us and a 16-second gap to Hulkenberg behind us, and we've got Drugovic with 1.6 seconds to Hulkenberg and then 6.2 seconds to Sargent behind him. So it's all a bit of a mess, this race. Everywhere is big distances other than that battle there with Alonso and Perez basically. So yeah, it's a very open China race. So Drugovic has caught up onto the back of Hulkenberg and should be in a good position to maybe have an attempt at a move, but we've basically been running him on charging up his battery on top up so that we can get some charge in it for when we do. He's actually 2 seconds off him now, but when we do get close, we're just going to try and then blitz past him and break that a second and just have some free air to race in. But I think probably after this lap, because we're going to cross the line with like 42% charge, I think we're going to be in a position where we can actually launch an attack at Hulkenberg. So just over halfway through the race, and we're in. I'm happy with how we're performing, given we started right at the back. Yeah, we'll have to see how the strategies all play out because that's what it's going to be dependent on. So Drugovic here down the start finish straight up the inside of Nico Hulkenberg, does get it done and is in front of him. We don't actually have too much battery to now try and use to dispose to get away. So Nico might get us back on the next DRS straight, but at the moment we are up into 13th and 14th, which definitely isn't too bad. Norris coming in for what I assume will be his final pit stop, going for a huge undercut. He's ending on the medium, similar to what we're doing with both of our drivers. Drugovic is coming in on lap 39. Behrman is coming lap 35. So, yeah, quite a bit of difference in our strategies. We'll have to see how that is doing. But, yeah, Drugovic is away, so let's deploy from here and see if he can just break that second gap to Hulkenberg and look to move away. It's going to be tough to do it in this section, but this is the section you need to do it to try and break away from DRS, and he's pushed to over a second at the moment, 0.9. Can he get it? It's got to be over a second before they get to that next white line that you're about to see that he's about to cross, as Hulkenberg is pushing as well. I think he's broken it. It's that white line there, and it was 1.2 when it came over, so we'll pop that into neutral. Hulkenberg may deploy battery and catch up as well, but at the moment 13th and 14th. Right, we've got a virtual safety car coming out, so I think it's too early to pit anyone. Maybe we could put Behrman onto the mediums, but I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think it's worth it. Bottas crashed, DRS disabled. Bottas is out with that crash as well, so this could be interesting. So we'll watch the replay, see how Bottas. Oh, he's there. He's out. It's not showing us that. It's just showing the confirmation that he retired. But yeah, virtual safety car. Hulkenberg pits. If you've got a set of hard tyres, you're laughing pretty much, to be honest, at the moment. But yeah, hard tyres is, I think. I guess Norris put the mediums on to finish. Do we want to? Yeah, we do. If Hulkenberg is pitting, we want to pit as well. So we're going to come onto the mediums. In fact, we can do both drivers. This suggests the mediums can get there. Under virtual safety car, do we do both drivers? I'm just gonna watch and see who pits. So Leclerc's pit. Hulkenberg's had a slow stop. That's brilliant for us as well. So that should nullify his undercut. It depends if the VSC. If the VSC ends before we get there, then we just cancel it anyway. Okay, it was still in. It was still in VSC conditions, so we have brought Ollie Behrman in. Behrman or Behrman? It might be Behrman, actually. But, yeah, we'll see. As you can see, we should still come out in front of Albon because he's absolutely miles away. It's a decent stop, 2.5. That's good. And we'll keep Drugovic out there. Where is Albon? Albon is miles away. Okay, so, yes, we've got lots of room for Behrman there to come out under the VSC. Good decision, I think. A good decision. We can put them on conserve until the VSC ends. So Ollie Behrman here, we're watching in 2x speed, is going to get past Daniel Ricciardo. That is wonderful stuff for Ollie Behrman. He's actually on the back of his teammate who is yet to pit. So this strategy here could be very, very good because he's looking like he's going to go round his teammate as well, and he does with ease, with absolute ease. And it is now the optimal pit stop lap for Drugovic as well. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I don't know who. I think everyone has pitted. Russell hasn't pitted. Stroll hasn't pitted. Drugovic is just about to come in. But yeah, okay, this could be interesting. This could be interesting. A late safety car spices this right up, by the way. Ollie Behrman just had a slight lock up. It hasn't affected his race too much, though. You can just see it in the replay here. So he just locks up here, but he manages to keep it going and doesn't lose a position. He does lose some time to his teammate behind him, but yeah, didn't lose a position. It has caused some minor underfloor damage, I imagine. Yeah, a little bit of underfloor damage, but he should be okay, to be honest. He should be okay. We'll just let him nurse it and see how he does. I was thinking he might be able to get 10th, but probably not now with a bit of damage, but we shall see. Drugovic having a good old battle with Daniel Ricciardo as well. So in comes Filip Drugovic for his pit stop. He should be able to get out in front of Nico Hülkenberg behind him on fresher tyres as well, which would be absolutely lovely. Behrman does have a 2.3 second gap ahead of Ricciardo, but it's being closed because of that damage. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But Filip Drugovic into the pits. In he comes, going from hard to medium. And it's a decent stop, 2.7. Right, that gets us to the end of the race. So Max Verstappen starts his final lap. We have been lapped by him, so when he crosses the finish line, when we finish it after that, that will be us done, which is good because Ollie Behrman's tyres are absolutely shagged. But yeah, it's been a good race. We were battling with Ricciardo. Behrman and Ricciardo were battling quite a lot. You can see they still are here. Drugovic has made up. He was about 16 seconds, I think, behind Daniel Ricciardo, so he's made up 10 seconds to him, but it's not quite going to be enough. We've actually had to put Behrman into sort of tyre management mode, which is going to allow Ricciardo here to get the job done, but it doesn't really matter here. It's as long as we keep in pace on that final stretch. That's what we need, that final long stretch. That's where we need to just make sure we're in pace with Daniel Ricciardo. Drugovic has had a good race. Both of them have had a good race. Starting at the bottom, 13th and 14th is looking much more promising. So Max Verstappen has won the Grand Prix, and Oliver Behrman's given it one last chance to get Daniel Ricciardo. Is he going to do the dive bomb? No, he's not, into the final corner. Didn't fancy it and didn't quite have enough in those tyres, down at 30%. I think he's going to be happy with the 13th. I think Drugovic will be happy with the 14th as well. But all in all, a very, very good race for Brawn GP today. Much, much better. Yeah, if we can just put together a good qualifying and a good race. I think there is pace in this car with the upgrades we're bringing. I do think there's pace in this car, but both of them finish 13th and 14th. It's a good result, says the driver. Not quite where we want to be, but a good result. So hopefully this boosts a little bit of morale. So 13th for Behrman, 14th for Drugovic, our joint best finish this year, definitely, which is really good. We go up one place to 8th. 5th, see, a double points finish would be massive. We do need to start getting points on the board. In terms of the pit stops then, we stay in 5th, so we didn't have one of the fastest today. 4.3 was a bit of a delay there. 2.5 was our quickest for Ollie Behrman. What was the quickest though? What was the actual quickest of this? 2.4. Okay, so we weren't far. Oh no, we got 8 points. No, we did get 8 points. Yeah, we got 8 points for Ollie Behrman's stop, so not bad. And both of them get a payout from our sponsors. Get in. That is what we needed. We bloody needed that because we are poor. And race engineer Franco Conte has gone up to an 81, which he should be happy about, to be honest. And our suspension design is complete as well, which is lovely. And now it's gone to mostly negative, even though we've just had our best result of the season. We've dropped down to mostly negative. Why is everyone negative? Personal driver standings. Well, that's not my fault, is it? You need to sort that out, son. You need to sort that out. Definitely. Personal situation unhappy with. Driver standings, race results, sprint results, qualifying results, and... Okay. He's happy with his performance via his teammate, even though he's doing weaker than his teammate. Interesting. He's just fully unhappy with everything. He's happy with the other staff. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. We've got 600 grand in the bank. There is a bit of damage here as well. An underfloor is missing. So, yeah, there we go. We now have to make another underfloor. It seems like you do damage components a lot more in this year's version of the game. But there we go. Right, next up is Miami. Sprint weekends take a lot longer to record. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.